Okay, where are we? What we're doing? Well, I got shot again. I got shot by Mag. I posted a video about my death, which he sort of apologised for because I wasn't wearing my normal hero kit, which I'm in now. Reasonably well equipped. I don't have a pistol, so I've been hunting. Picked up a few rounds because I don't know quite what I'm going to be carrying, depending on. But we're near Balota. We're somewhere around. Actually, I think I'm in this tree line here. So, there's Balota airfield, and down here we all know is the medical tent of Dayz. So we're going to have a little run through there. It's what time is it in real world? Real world, it's coming up to midday. There aren't too many players on. This is midweek. Some of the regulars are here. Calculon's here. And a few of the others. We've got these two here, this one, and that one. They're working a team. They're up near, well, they're up in the middle of the map somewhere, the way the conversation's been going. So, anyway, we're going to do a little run on Balota, and I'm after some kit. So here we are, run a little closer. One little thing I'd like to point out to those who pick up some of these nicer weapons from helicopter points and things. Right, I've got an ACOG, and it has two sights. Not all ACOGs have two sights. Depends where the weapon comes from. Close quarters, 4x zoom. Just thought I'd point that out. The button to do that is on the numero pad at the right hand side of your keyboard. It's the slash above the 8. So, yeah, useful to know. If the weapon comes from Operation Arrowhead or BAF or EMC, you'll have that feature if the real world weapon has that feature. There's Zed's here, which is a little unusual. Ah, so there they are. Hello, Mr. Z. So what's in here? I get the feeling that someone's been through. Yeah, I could do with another bandage. Don't need to pick up any more pistol ammunition until I know what pistol I'm going to have. Don't need another empty water bottle, or do I? Should I pick one up from my backpack? Yeah, fill that later. I'm going to normally carry 2. What have we got here? The Enfield Makarov. No, I don't need any of that. So, yeah, sneaky. Well, as sneaky as I ever am. I don't do sneaky terribly well. Mill zombies are in. This weapon I've got is a little on the loud side, so although it's perfectly capable of defending myself with it, and I have a reasonable amount of ammunition, I would prefer not to have to kill all of these zombies. By the way, people who are new to the game, these are like set dressing. They're not walk through them without stepping over them. So they're set dressing in the way that rubble is set dressing, or that rubble is set dressing. Add to the mood, if you like. Moving in. The occasional fly. This is one of the more common points to go to. It's right down on the south coast, so fresh spawn coming here. Yeah, someone's been through here. There's normally one door closed on that. The server resets on a regular basis. Always look back here, you might find something interesting. Bomb, G17 mag. Now, see, that's one of the weapons I wouldn't mind picking up. I wouldn't mind a G17. Let's close the bag. Coke I did have water a little while ago. You hear those flies? There's a dead player around here somewhere. We've got a pistol. which I will take. Don't like the Makarov, but at least it's quieter than this big assault rifle. And we've got another standard round, which is useful. I'll still pick up the G17 pistol ammo. I do hear flies, and you don't normally in this location, so I think there is a dead player somewhere in the area. The thing is, they're unlikely to have anything decent, because, well, we're so close to the coast. So let's go cautious again. Sorry, I have to keep on clearing my throat. The cold I had a couple of weeks ago doesn't seem to have gone completely. I'm probably going to have to give up smoking again because it's not doing me any good. Now, what are you lot? Ooh, SD mag, that's unusual. One of the guys often carries an M9 SD. Don't need any more drink. Let's have a little trot to the back. I tend to ignore shotguns. I'm not a great fan of the shotgun. You know, early on in the game when, you know, the first thing you find is a shotgun, I think I would prefer to use a, yeah, I think I'd prefer to use the hatchet and accept the fact that players are going to be able to kill me at range. I mean, I was playing a couple of days ago, as I say, you watch Mag's video, you'll see me getting shot. I had absolutely no idea where he was. He didn't know it was me because I was in a, I was in camo clothing, which is probably a bit of a mistake because most people know me on the server with a hero skin. I think if I'd been in my hero skin, he would have said something, or, you know, typed on the screen, "Is that you, Pen? Where are you?" And he would probably have left me alone because, well, you know, I've got a reasonably good reputation with these guys. They know that if they are very unwell and need healing, and they're not playing in a group, they know they can call on me to come and help them out, because often I do. Even though they are bandits, but hey, it's a server and they own the server, they pay for the server, so show some respect, I suppose. But it's part of the game. Getting shot is part of the game. A lot of people get really angry about it. I try not to. It did make me a little mad at the time. I thought, bloody hell. You know, I had that character going for a good length of time. Ooh, another standard round. Ooh, it's an SD as well. So we'll backpack that one. You can use the subsonic rounds in your regular rifle, you just don't have the impact, or they won't travel as far or won't be as accurate over such long distance. But of course, if you're running subsonic, you're running the silenced weapon, you need the subsonic rounds. You can't use the very powerful rounds in silenced weapons because it'll ruin it. Oh shit, there we go, we're going for a run. Some real repair parts there. So we're going to nip across the runway over to the tents. Whilst I'd be chased by this mechanic zombie. Hopefully not pick up any of the mill zombies. Although I think I have. Yes, I've got one mill zombie. I think we've lost the mechanic zombie. Mill, go third person, you can see more over your shoulders then. The mill zombie and the mechanic zombie have sort of left me alone. No obvious activity. By the way, over there, industrial, but do you see that building there? Looks like it's camouflage, it's just paint flecking, but there is one spawn point in there, and I always check it if I can, because I found a very big backpack in there once. Oh god, I'd love to have my big backpack back. That's the one, the next one up, larger than the Alice pack. So anyway, I think on the grounds that the server's relatively quiet and I don't see anyone. And if I do meet someone at this point, they're likely to be fresh spawn, although no one's died lately on the server. Again, there's no point checking these guys for kit, because they don't have kit, because they're just dressing like that is. Let's go first person again. Sorry about this. I know that people like seeing the character walking about, but no zombies. yet. You get this sometimes. You run into an area too quickly, and there are no Zeds. There's a strong possibility that means there's going to be no spawn, but I believe someone's been through here before. Density of spawn in the airport make me think that someone's been through, so the spawn they didn't pick up will be here. But if there's absolutely nothing up here, what I'll do is I'll go hide in there. And there is spawn. So what have we got? Gear. Smoke grenade. Useful. Gear. Macro brand. No, I've got enough in me at the moment. Don't forget, I'm still hopeful to find a better pistol. It's the reason why I've done a load of deer stands. Done a load of deer stands before coming here. I picked through all the deer stands from where I started to this point. Still no Zeds. Nothing. Oh dear. Always nervous of these things. Ah, now the Zeds have now spawned in, so be careful. There's not going to be one at the bottom of the steps. Let's just go sit somewhere for a minute or two. I can hear the Zeds. Yes, the Zeds are in. There's often one laying on the ground along here, so you've got to be careful. I'm going to have to try and take these Zeds out. Do I do it with a pistol? Because it's quieter. One of the things I hate is you stand still when you swap weapons. Where was this other one that was chasing me? He was around here somewhere. I've been tapped, marvellous. Let's get up here where I've got half a... Oh, come on. I am bleeding, so I'm going to have to be a little careful. I'll let the animation finish, and then I think I'll have a stake to restock my blood level. It's always risky. It's always risk v reward in this game. Oh, I just took a tin can. Idiot. Drop the tin can. Thank you. I don't need that. DMR mag. No, they're too loud. I don't come across DMRs too often. And what are you? Now, the him I will pick up. You notice my weapon has the 40mm, the 203. So I can use that. So I'll have one of those in my my arsenal, if you like, which I will use for those occasions when I think I'm going to get swamped. There have been times when... Oh, hang on. Hello, guy. Didn't see you. Yeah, there are times when I think being able to launch a grenade would be useful. Not against Zeds, but on those occasions when you can actually see the bandits that are shooting at you. Flare, don't need a flare. Fantastic at night, by the way. If you've got one of these, or you know, you can fire those 40 mils, those 40 mics. and it's night time, try one of the flares. They are amazing. You can drop these flares over the cities or the towns and the valleys. They look really, really good. Worth playing with anyway. So, hang on, hit V. I always find that one difficult to find. Nip over to the other side of the runway. That's those hangars. By the way, all the red writing on the left, the server is now whitelisted. This is the rock, paper, zombie server. So if you want to play on this server, which is, I believe, to be one of the better Dayz servers there is in the UK, or in Europe, yeah, go and have a look at the... But you have to go to their website first, sorry, their forum first, and sign up. But it means that we haven't been hacked since it was done. I mean, what are you? You're a backpack. You know, oh, you're smaller than the one I've got. It's the camouflage version. Yeah, the rock paper zombie Dayz server is one of the better ones, one of the best ones I know of. And it's where I play, and it's where there's quite a few regulars play, and even, I mean, midday on a work day, there's still quite a few players on, so that's always reasonable. Oh look, hello, standard rounds. Pick up some extra painkillers. Need some medical kit, so I suppose I'd better go into Cherno. Not something I would ordinarily do voluntarily, go to Cherno. Some bits and bobs, what we've got over here. Nothing I want. So, off to Cherno. To the supermarket. Shame I didn't find a better pistol. But there you go, you can't have everything. Makarov. It'll do. The silenced Makarov is okay, but I find it very, very weak, both the regular Makarov and the silenced Makarov. Silenced Makarov is worth having. The regular Makarov, not so much. I'd prefer the 1911. So, anyway, catch up with you in a bit. Let's see if I survive Cherno. So, here we are, overlooking Cherno. No Zeds. Apart from that one down there, and he spawned in because I'm here. So that's a good thing. So here we go. Oh, spooked. Did I get here too soon? There's bugger all in here. Oh no, some tin cans. Oh, that's good. Didn't realise that was blocked off. Not good. Hello, mate. Let's do a stand off at the front door. I should really use my Makarov because this weapon will bring them all in. 4 rounds. Now, let's see him waiting to come in. Now, what you do with this standoff position, there's an error in the game. The windows are strong enough to stop a Makarov bullet, or at least slow it down to the point where it stops being deadly. And there's an error in the game that, although those glass doors are open, the game still believes the glass is there, so you've got to wait for the Z to actually come in. It doesn't look like we've got any coming in. So let's do a nice little ordinary clear up of the map. We've got all of those. Don't need another. If I was in like a rebuild position where I was a little better kitted and I was rebuilding a tent, because what I do is I have watch and one of those. Here he comes. He finally came in. Wait for him to come in. Pop him in the head. Spooked him over there. It was loud enough to spook him. I've been using a silenced Makarov for a while now, obviously. Now he's going to come in. No point shooting him with a low-powered weapon until he's through the door. But slowly going to come in through the door and if I'm a decent enough shot. Go on, Mr. Farmer Zombie. So the Makarov can be quite a useful little weapon. A little bit of food. Might as well, if I'm not attempting to rebuild my blood levels, I might as well just eat a bit of food to save myself from starving. So I've got some meat on me for and some water bottles. But sometimes it's just easier to drink the Coke and the Pepsi and wait. Thank you. And to keep one or two of them on you. I'm going to try this little trick, don't know if it's going to work. Just put them on the floor, plonker. That's what we wanted to do. What we wanted to do was this. Didn't work. My friend Pip assures me that moving them backwards and forwards refills them, and I think what happens is when you move them to the backpack, when you move them back from the backpack, you always take full ones. It doesn't refill them. He seems to think it does. It's a mistake. So, sorry to answer questions. Early Enfield, dinner bell. Too loud, and doesn't have a rapid enough fire to be really useful. Oh, counting's on. Here's another decent player. What happens is after a while you get to know people on the regular server again. This is a whitelisted private hive, so you do get an opportunity to get to know people to the point where you can learn to trust or distrust them. So it's just a case of doing the normal trot. Don't ever forget to come out here because the spawn does go to the outside. There's a couple more places. There's a post office over there. We've got loads of things in Cherno. I'm sure you know where in Cherno right now. Fire station. We've got some mill spawn in there. Anyone wonder why I call the certain buildings what I call them? We always refer to this red brick building as the post office. It's the one where the entrance is off to one side. Well, where did you come from? Yeah, this is the post office. I'll show you why we call it the post office also. The problem is you can get trapped in here. They can tap you through that window if you're too close. I was going to tell you why we call it the post office. Oh, you can hide up there as well. It's quite a nice place to hide. If you go out here, it doesn't have it on some of them. On this entrance, have all the signs of being a post office. In other words, they have lots of writing on boards and signs and things. So that red brick building is enterable, where the entrance is to one side. I always refer to as the post office. There's a tent. Check. I'm sure some people just don't know what to do with tents. So, see what's in here. Nothing much by the look of it. I would love a 1911 pistol. Off chance that you might be something interesting. No, again. things in between these. There's a pub here. That. Pubs. You find lots of interesting things in pubs. Let's have a look. Ooh, see, that's unusual. I'll deal with it in a second. Ooh, a tent. Don't need one right now. Also on this server I have enough tents knocking around. I've got 2 rounds in my pistol, so I've got to be careful. I find that sometimes, especially with pistol shots, it's easier to let them walk into the shot, so you attempt to predict their location and let them walk into where you're shooting. 1911, thank you very much. Right, let's reload it. Let's have a look at my gear. So, backpack. Backpack. And 2 can come across. Now I have a slightly quieter weapon which actually has some killing power. You're still better off doing a headshot, but in those rush moments when everything is going horribly wrong and you're like having your face eaten, you can unload a clip into the body with one of these and they'll be dead pretty quick. Where with a Makarov you might need to, a clip and a half, you know. So this is just the normal scavenging. I don't know why I'm making you watch all this. In fact, to the point where I'll stop recording. Catch up when something interesting happens. Okay, this could be interesting. I think I've got a... Where are they? Are they coming up? Yes, they are. Here they are. It can be nerve-wracking. All downstairs. Sometimes it's better to let them come up. You watch out, sometimes you can't get past them. See? Ooh, I got past them and out the door and running. Yeah, rare to you too. So yeah, I'm basically just working my way through all the recognised spawn points in Cherno. There's still no other player activity, but hard to tell with me making this much noise. Well. So here we go. There wasn't any medical supplies at the back of the hospital. I'm not going up to the roof, so actually we've got this lot here. And here we go, full blood. I'm going to have a little look at reassess what I'm carrying. I do not need a DMR mag. I definitely don't need Makarov. But what I want to do is, while I'm here, let's pick up a few of these, and one of those, and some more of those. I'm going to have a rethink about this random ammo that I've picked up. There's 2 military spawns in this area, and I'm going to have a look at those before I make the decision about what I keep and what I throw. And this, by the way, is to the west of, no, east of Cherno, the eastern side of Cherno. Here are the 2 military spawns. Let's see what we find in here. Is there going to be anything? Answer that bugger all. Sometimes it's worth looking, even when you can see there's only 2 items there, because sometimes the items can be under the floorboards or something. This game has bugs. I think we all know this game has bugs. Ooh, military flashlight. There are some items in this game that I really see no use for, but I pick them up like collectibles. Entrenching tool. Sandbags are so rare and so useless. So what's the point? But it's like a collectible. It's like the military torch. I pick it up because, yeah, it's a collectible. So now we're sitting in a position where I'm not going to meet any military spawn now for quite some time. So I want to reassess what I'm carrying. And that's reasonable for a long march. I have some food, I have some water, I have some decent food. I'm going to need to stock that up. If you look at my backpack, I'm carrying stuff I really don't need to be carrying. So, now the problem is I'm going to try and drop these. Because if I move from there to there, it will just go into here. See what happens. Yeah, and it does. Goes into the backpack. Annoying, isn't it? And I've got to put those back. And what else have I got in my backpack I don't want to get? MP5 mag. Infantry control. Hang on, where did that? No, that went back into my... You see, if I click that and go drop, it goes back into my back. Inventory Tetris is such a pain in the arse in this game. Let's have a look at this. Gear. Open. Like that. Drop. It's actually dropped it. It's one of the things in the standalone they're going to get sorted. So now if I look at my inventory, I open my backpack. Wait, open bag. I have 4 slots free. Because I'm no longer carrying the stuff I don't really need. Apart from the SD mag. Let's drop that one as well. You see, it drops in a different way. Very weird. Now, did that just go back into my back? Infantry Tetris. You can be at it for a long old time. So, where to go? What to do? Could just head back home for a bit, I suppose. Need to have a break. Need to have something to eat. So, time for a long run through the countryside. I'm not going to bore you with it. Look at him come, little bugger. I'm not going to bore you with a 5-click run. So, yeah, talk to you guys later, and have fun.